Hey guys, hope y'all are doing great today. Hope everybody's well and safe with everything that's going on, and hope y'all are doing well and growing lots of things during this time. Thank y'all for watching today's video, or this week's video, and today's video too. The grafted pears are looking really good. You can see lots of new growth on all of these. Let's jump over here. Lots of new growth on there. Looking real good. The apples are doing really good too. Got lots of new growth coming out on them. Some right here in the middle you can see. Got some nice green shoots coming off of there. A lot over here. Lots of nice green growth coming off of there, so that's really encouraging to see. Looks like they're all doing well. Haven't planted in any of that yet. Still just a natural cover crop. Go over here to the grapes. They've really been growing this week. Just 1 week of growth, and some of these are growing crazy. Got some nice shoots. Looking really healthy. Let's go look at some of these over here. Let's see. See, this one's already got some little grape clusters right there. That's what that is. It's looking really good. This vine goes all the way over there. It's a longer one. Since this plant right here is pretty small, I just let this one back behind us right here that we were just looking at kind of grow along its vine until this one starts to come up, and then I'll probably clip that back. But honestly, probably before that happens, I'm probably going to hopefully convert all this whole area into food forest area similar to back there, where I can grow just so much more stuff. So that'll be exciting to see. This other grapevine right here, looking really good. Got lots of new growth too, not as much as that first one. I think that one's probably got the most growth. Maybe one more at the end down here we'll take a look at. But overall, that first one's the biggest, as far as the table grapes are concerned, at least. Got some green growth on this one. This is a smaller one right here. You can see it's got some new shoots coming off right there. There's two on the tip. This was the one that's probably got comparable growth, just as far as how much it's grown to that first one. It's looking really good and healthy. Don't see any sign of grape clusters yet on this one. I'm pretty sure this one produced grapes last year. Oh, actually, there they are right there. So that is a grape cluster. And that is a grape cluster right there to the right side of that. Tiny one's starting to form, so that's exciting. Always like to see that. This one's just kind of starting to get going. Nothing much yet. You can see kind of with the way I train these grapes is the way they were with these trellises, or they go kind of train them straight up, and then what I would do is the main plant would go maybe off this way, and then I'd select a growth and then train it to go, and so it would create like a V shape right here, and one would go up towards this line, and then one would go up towards this line, and then when they hit the line, you can see how this one's doing. It's kind of the same method. You train it, you attach it going one way off to this end, and then like I've selected like these two buds as options to train to start going along the line this way, and they're done really good with that way. I really like it, but just there's just the potential to grow so much more here than just that. And what I may try to do is try to put like a fruit tree close by, so that I can eventually move the vines off of these wires and onto the fruit trees so that they can just basically just be moved over to the fruit tree canopy and grow up among that, just to see how that does. And that way I can fill this whole area with fruit trees, and vegetables and grapevines too, and lots of other good stuff. So excited to see how that turns out. We'll jump over to the next row. Muscadine's really starting to have some new little growth on there. Don't see any of the grapes forming yet, but hopefully that'll come soon. This one produced a crazy amount of grapes last year. It was just covered. As you can see, it's a really big vine. So it's got a lot of potential to create grapes. With it blooming so heavily last year, it'll be interesting to see if it puts on that many this year, but I think it probably will because it's just so healthy. Here's another big vine. These grapes doesn't produce near as much as that first one, or at least in the previous or past, but it'd be interesting to see how it does this year because it has gotten quite big as well. So yeah, I don't really prune my grapes, as you can see. Last year I didn't. I think it was the first year that I had not, and just got that crop that it produced was just crazy big. The grapes were at least as large, if not larger, than the previous year when it went unpruned. So yeah, I don't see any benefit at all that pruning did have on it. In fact, it seemed to very much benefit from not being pruned. You know, you could clear it out, you know, definitely a little bit. This one's the dead one that I cut off because the grapes weren't good. It's a black muscadine, but you could definitely, you know, just clear it out a little bit, but you know, no heavy pruning or anything is definitely required, at least from my experience so far, to get really good crops. This vine's getting pretty big. It's kind of a slow grower as far as stretching out wise. You can see it's put on a lot of growth kind of close to the main vine, but as far as actually growing out along the vine, that other side, I guess this side actually has over here. Let's see, it's grown up almost to the end here, so that side has, and this one's almost to the end over there, so it has kind of grown out. But these grapes are like a red table grape, and like I mentioned before, they're really tangy until fully ripe, and even when ripe, they're still quite tangy. But I really like it because it's full of flavor. Might be a little too tart for some people, but it's really good to me. We jump over to the blueberries. Blueberries are looking really good. Let's see, we're getting some cluster forming already for the little blueberries. That's quite a good size one actually right there in that cluster. They growing super fast actually. And this bush is just covered with them. You can see there's a bunch of clusters and all these spaces right here. Got some little blueberries forming. Just ate some blueberries from that I bought, and they're actually decent for the store. Usually they're not. They don't really compare at all in my opinion, but these were okay. Honestly, probably pretty close, but not quite for sure. Definitely as good as fresh homegrown, and just can't beat picking them in your own yard. They're so good. Big bunch of clusters together right there. A lot of these bushes are gonna be full of them, full of berries. Can't wait for that. Some of them are still got the flowers. Some are starting to form clusters. So all different stages. Kind of nice that there's a little bit of variation. Makes the harvest window a little larger without doing anything, you know, super unnatural or anything. It's just view some of the varieties and some of the bushes just from year to year. They're a little ahead or behind each other, so it's a nice thing in my opinion. Spreads it out and everything doesn't ripen all at one time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.